G'day, g'day, and welcome to Pattaya Down Under. How you going?
Yeah, good. You jumped the gun there, I think.
I thought I'd just jump in there.
What episode are we?
6.
Ah.
Yep, 6. I've actually got it written down.
Are you sure? Because you looked a bit confused.
No, I've wrote it down before we started. I had a look at what we had up on our channel thing, Majig, and saw 5 and thought, well, it's got to be 6.
Oh,
So, I'm a bit tired at the moment. I've had a few nights in a row, so I'm a bit tired at the moment.
You what happened, old man? You stay up till 10 o'clock?
God, I wish it was that simple. But no, it's been busy. That's all. It's been a busy week for me. What about you?
Oh, just as usual, mate. Just working and nothing too exciting, you know.
So
it's winter here in Melbourne now, so
it is cold.
We're getting overnight lows of 4 degrees and shit like that. So
I've got my puffy jacket on.
We're inside, and you've got a puffer jacket on.
Yeah, I know.
With the doors are open though, because your son tried to burn the house down. But
he did.
Anyway,
he did. And I have to say tried because he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't quite succeed.
Thank God.
Can I just kick off? I just got one thing. Last week we discussed, places around the world. Sorry, what was I saying?
You were picking up everything. It was something about around the world.
Oh, yeah. So we mentioned, sorry, we had a bit of a distraction there. We mentioned places around the world I was talking about last week. And just looking, I actually had a bit more of an in-depth look and looked at what parts of certain countries they come from. And I just picked up this one. We've got one download from Mexico. And it actually names the city that it was that the person lives that's downloaded it. And you wouldn't believe the name of the place is, and now I don't know the second part of the name, I hope I get it right, but the first part of the name is San Miguel de Cozumel.
And
San Miguel.
And that's important because that's all we drank when we were over there.
That's my drink of choice, San Miguel.
While we were over there, all we drank was San Miguel.
So San Miguel represent. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's so last episode we left it off. We had been out clubbing and I got home at 6 a.m. Steveo left me stranded.
Oh, that's right. I was going to tell you about my girl.
You'd be shit in the military.
Oh, well.
Don't leave any man. What's the saying? Don't leave.
Don't leave anyone behind.
That's the one.
Well, luckily, I'm not in the military.
You're lucky. I was in familiar territory.
So I I left left Ada behind. Well, I'll just kick off from where we left off.
You go, mate. This is all yours.
Luckily, we've talked about this before, so I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
What did I do? We left the bar and we got onto a motorbike taxi. And once we walked out of the bar, I think I can recall that when we left, you guys, she kept saying how she was drunk and she wanted to go, and her friends kept saying no, she's not. Anyway, we left, and when we went on the motorbikes, she livened up, and I've gone, oh, here we go, maybe she just.
A bit of fresh air.
I don't know, she wanted to go. And I said, okay. So we've got a motorbike taxi and she's talking and laughing and carrying on and everything like that. And I thought, oh, maybe we should get something to eat before we go back to the room, right? But we're already there and I'm riding and trying to tell her something was just too hard. So I thought, when we get there, we can easily walk around the corner somewhere and see if something's open. As we got there, I looked down the street, saw Diana and looked up bit into Alco Metro and it was just black. There was everything was closed, and I've gone, okay, this is not. Yeah, no,
it would have been about 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.
4:30, I think it was, something like that. I can't remember, maybe 5. It was because it wasn't too long before you guys left. Yeah. So, and I thought, don't worry about it. We'll just go back to the room. So I went back to the room, and now I think the heat had hit her, and we're walking back. We had to check in at reception.
Yep, of course.
And that was a bit of an exercise to try and get her to get her identification out and everything.
What do you mean?
Because she was a bit drunk.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, she finally got the right one out. She gave them the wrong one first, then she got the next one out, and that was okay, and they signed her up, and I had to sign some paperwork as well. Went up to the room, and as we're walking, she kept telling me how drunk she is. And I'm like, okay, no worries, it's fine. It's all good. Don't stress.
Did you think she was maybe sort of laying the groundwork?
Yeah, absolutely. But
say, hey, I'm really drunk. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, hang on. Then we're walking and walking, and you know, remember from the reception to where we had to go down all those stairs, then go back up the ramp,
Yep.
and then get to the lift. And
Yep.
that must have been a bit of an effort for her, because when she
Yep.
got to the lift, she told me, "Listen, maybe tonight we can't do anything."
Yep.
And I'm like, "That's all right. Don't stress. It's all good. No worries." Anyway, so we got on the lift, and she's smiling now. She's going like this time. She's smiling, and she's all like eyes closed. Right, she's not opening her eyes. We get up, go up the lift, get into the room, and as we walk in, I haven't even closed the door, and she's stripping naked,
No.
completely naked, nothing. And I'm just about to close. So, okay, I'll have to close this door. So I close the door, and she's now standing there stark as completely nothing, and goes, "I have to go toilet." Go for it. You go for the toilet. It's okay. So she went to the toilet, and did her business, whatever. And I turned the TV on at this stage and thought I'll just hang in for a second and see what she's gonna do next. Anyway, she just comes out of the room, and she just comes out, and as I said, she's still naked. She just flops herself onto the bed face first and just goes splat onto the bed with her legs spread open, the whole bitch. She's just lying there like a starfish.
Yep.
And I'm just looking at her, I'm going, yeah, no, I can't do bananas here. I'm going to have a shower, you know, just get myself ready for bed and whatever. Because I don't normally have showers going to bed, but over there I did all the time because
mate,
it's so
I'd have them 3 times a day.
so sweaty and hot.
Yeah, I reckon I average 3 showers a day there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Easy. So I had a shower, came out, and by this stage she'd gotten into the bed, and you know, because I had the cooling on now, she got into the bed and she was cozying herself up. So I got in bed, turned the lamp off, and thought, oh, let's go to bed, let's go to sleep, and that's it. Anyway, within about 4 minutes, I reckon. I didn't time it, but it felt like 4 minutes. I hadn't fallen asleep or anything like that.
Yep.
And within about 4 minutes, she just jumps out of the bed and starts running towards the bathroom. And I've gone, oh, I think she's going to spew. So I'm trying to fumble to turn the lamp on, right? Because it was on the cord.
Do the listeners know what spew means? Is that Aussie slang?
I don't know. Isn't
Vomit.
it? Vomit. Yeah.
Just for reference, the rest of the story.
Isn't it a slang word that everyone knows?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's an Aussie word, spew.
Well, I don't know. Well,
chuck?
Yeah, just chuck.
So
spew,
vomit. Anyway,
vomit.
if Steveo references the word spew, you know what it means.
So I've turned the lamp on, but by the time I turned the lamp on, she'd already turned around the corner to get into the bathroom, and she missed the step. And I heard her hand or something slap, and I think she slapped her hand on the bench because she to ground herself, right?
Yeah.
And as she's done that, she spewed at the same time, right?
Oh.
And she spewed onto the corner of the bench. So half the spew went up into the mirror and the other half went on the floor.
Oh.
So when I've gone in there to check on her to think, I better give her a hand.
So while she was bending over spewing, did you take
No,
advantage?
I did not. No, this is definitely not a moment for that. I've walked in and there's just spew everywhere and she's spewing on the floor. And then she finally steps into her spew so that she can then spew into the sink.
Oh, I think I'm going to spew.
So she's spewing and she's trying to keep her hair out of the water.
Yeah.
So
you didn't hold her hair back?
No.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, it was an absolute mess. And she's turned the tap on full. So the water's coming out like a fountain and she's spewing into it. So it's spraying up. It's going everywhere. It's going in the sink. It's coming out of the sink. It's just going everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there going, yeah, nice night.
Mm.
So she's finally and she's now, she must have finished and she's just standing there and she's just looking around for a towel. And I grabbed the towel off the rack thing and I just gave it to her. And she's grabbed the towel, opened it all up and then put it on the floor.
Oh, on the spew.
On the spew, right? And then stood on it and spread it out so she can wipe her feet on it. So she's wiped her feet on it. Then she's moved over to where, and I started moving out of the way. She moved over to me where there's no spew, picked up the towel and wiped her mouth with it. Right? So I'm going, I think the other way would have been a bit better.
Yeah.
So she's wiped her mouth with it and then wiped a bit of herself off and because she has spew bits all over her body.
Of course, yeah.
Right? And she's just wiped herself a bit down and with the same towel. And I'm like, that's just been on the floor. It's got spew all over it. I'm like, oh, God. Anyway, so she then goes to bed with the towel in her hand.
Oh, what?
So she gets in the towel and cuddles up to the towel.
Oh, she felt a close connection to her insides.
The tap's still running this entire time. Oh. And I'm just looking at this going, oh, anyway. So I walked in, turned off the tap, and now I'm standing in the spew.
Oh.
So I went and grabbed the bum gun.
Yep.
Right? And it only stretches so far.
Yeah.
But I squirted it on the floor and just started squirting the water everywhere. And I didn't think of closing the door, so a bit of it was now going outside.
Yep.
And I thought, I'll just clean up anyway. So I'm
Wow.
cleaning that. Then I'm trying to clean the mirror. I'm spraying the mirror just to get the water to drip down and everything. And it's all coming down into the sink now. And then now that the floor is just water, I've turned the bum gun off and put it aside. And then I grabbed another towel, but I grabbed one of the hand towels, put that on the floor so I can stand on that myself.
Yep.
And did that, and then I thought, okay, cool. Right, so I just started washing the sink down and getting because mind you, all the bits and pieces had blocked up the sink.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I had to push through with my fingers.
Yep. Oh,
So I had to clean up that, and then finally cleaned all that up.
you are a gentleman.
Got another hand towel and started wiping everything
You're a
down.
better man than me.
And just, well, if I left it, it's going to stink, and then I got to get in there the next day.
Oh,
I can't wait for the cleaner.
yeah.
So I just said no. So I cleaned it up myself. Then popped in the shower to now shower myself down because I just felt like there was something on me.
Yeah.
And it might sound a bit dainty, but I just sat there going, I can't.
Yeah,
I know it's in my feet.
You've got to wash yourself.
So
That's-
I did that, grabbed the last towel that's left, wiped myself down, put that on the floor and wiped my feet in it, and then grabbed it and then pushed it on the outside where the other area and just wiped it in and moved the towel to back into the bathroom.
Yep.
And I've walked out and gone into bed. And then I'm just lying there. And all I could think is, am I going to do anything tomorrow morning?
Oh, I would have got her in there and fucking hosed her down. Oh, yuck.
And I'm just sitting there thinking, I don't know. I have no idea now.
So the next morning, was she obviously woke up.
She was very alert. She was out of her.
She would have. That's what happens when you spew, like because the alcohol. A lot of the alcohol's out of your system. So
yeah. So she was a lot better the next morning.
Yep.
She didn't have a shower because there's no towel.
Oh, okay.
Her towel had somehow ended up on the floor.
Yep.
And I didn't touch that towel. I just left it there.
Yep.
And she was in a better mood in the morning.
Oh, of course she was.
So yeah.
You fucked. I mean, sorry. You did the job.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I did in the end.
Yeah.
But it was so that would have been probably about, I don't know, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning that all happened, I reckon.
Ah.
So by about, I think it would have been about 10 or 11, I think we got up.
Yep.
So it was only like 5-6 hours sleep.
Yep.
And then took her, after that, there was no towel to have a shower, so she just got dressed.
Oh, yuck.
And walked her to the, she had to go get a card, so her license, whatever it was, and she was confused. She didn't know where she was. She goes, "You're going to have to take me because I don't remember where the reception is."
Yeah.
So I walked with her, got to the front desk, and they got her license back, and she walked outside, and she called, because there's a motorbike always
taxi.
waiting outside.
Yep.
She yelled at them, and one of them came over. And she goes, "I see you again." Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No worries.
No worries.
I'm waving. Bye-bye. Oh, that's not happening again.
Oh.
So, but that was a bit of an experience. It was, and then I think I went back inside and I got dressed myself, and I thought, I can't, like I didn't want to have I went away for a new towel.
Mm.
So I went back inside, got dressed, and rang you up, and I can't remember where we went for breakfast that morning. Was that when we went to?
Are you going to say Cheap Charlie's again?
I don't know. Yeah, probably was.
It wasn't Cheap Charlie's.
So
I remember Cheap Charlie's because that was the
sorry.
night you didn't come out and I went out with.
Okay.
The night before I went out with
Right, that was
with
the
our
next
mate.
one. Okay,
So that was
So then I sort of and I caught up with you and told you the story, and you were just sitting there going, I can't believe that happened.
That's the sort of shit that usually happens to me. So it's good that
someone else has been able to share a story.
Yeah, yeah.
So I told the story, and then anyway, and I actually had breakfast, and I thought, well, at least I've got a story to tell now.
Yeah,
It was a bit of an experience, I can say. Like the cleaning up side of it, just honestly, a couple of times I just felt that I was gonna
yuck.
Yeah, it was just that.
Yeah,
and it wasn't so much that it was a smell; it was what I was doing just made me think it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, so there you go. That was an experience.
It was a late night for both of us.
Yeah.
And then we actually had another good day the day after.
Yes, we did. So now I can't remember.
We met up with the boys we'd met in Kanchanaburi.
Yeah, but where did we actually meet though? At the front of that first one?
You don't remember?
No.
They already there. and we got a couple of motorbike taxis because that's right. We ordered a Bolt. We ordered 2 fucking Bolt taxis.
That's right. Neither of them turned up.
I'm going to go back to Bolt taxis here. Great if you're going long distances, but if you're in central, and when I say central Pattaya, I'm talking Second Road, LK Metro, that sort of area, all around there. Just maybe it might even be worth walking out to Third Road and getting your Bolt taxi from there, because those Bolt taxi drivers trying to navigate their way, because like on the app, it's like your Uber app or any other rideshare app. You can track where the driver is on their way, how far they are from you, and you can see their car moving on the map. It's like these people had never been to Pattaya before. They would fucking go down one street and then miss a turn and then go around the block. You'd go from 3 minutes away to 8 minutes away to 5 minutes away to 7 minutes away. We just ended up cancelling, order a new one. I think I did that 2 or 3 times. I said, fuck this, let's just get motorbike taxis. I think I've said in another vlog, motorbike taxis are the way to go. And I think not the safest way, but reliable and efficient. I think that's the best way, motorbike taxis. So we got a motorbike taxi each, and we met these guys and we were there in 5 minutes. We met them at a place called the Telephone Bar.
Yes, I think that's the official name.
Yeah.
Telephone Bar. So we got there, and we walked in, and maybe you know what I'll do for this episode. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna on the podcasting. I'm gonna put a picture of that telephone booth, because I took a photo of it.
All right. Yeah.
It's available on.
Yeah.
If you go do a Google search on it, you'll find a picture of it. But I actually took a photo myself.
Yeah.
I thought it was intriguing that the actual entrance was an actual old red telephone box.
Yeah. So the front door's a telephone box door. Yeah.
So I'll put that up in our picture. And so we went in, and it's just another bar. There's nothing. It's just that unless you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't know about it,
very small bar actually. Yeah. Very pokey little.
Yeah. You have it. I mean, I don't know what road it was on, but it was in a back. It felt like it was in a back street somewhere. Do you remember where it was?
No, I don't remember.
But it was just in this road, and unless you know about it, you ain't gonna find it, right? Yeah. So we went in and we met the guys and had a few drinks and started chatting and all that sort of business.
Yeah.
So that was fine. That was all good. And I think from there we were saying, we did talk about some of the stuff we'd done, and we had a bit of a chat there with them anyway.
Yeah.
Told them about my experience the night before, and had a bit of a laugh, and then they said, we're going to do a bit of bar hopping today. So we went to another one, and I can't remember the next one.
The name of it?
Yeah, do you remember? I remember the third one.
Was it Babylon?
Yes,
Babylon.
That's the one. Yes, that's what it was. So we went in there, and these are a little bit. For me, they were different to normal.
They're like a gentleman's club.
Yeah, but it was because we talked about Kinnery and Passion, right?
Yeah, they're like a gentleman's club, but they're different.
That's what I mean. They're a bit different again, right? They're different. It's like when I went to the go-go bars and I saw that one kink, and when they had that centerpiece moving up.
Yeah.
And it was almost like anything goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the first time I experienced that in a go-go bar. Although I don't have a big experience of go-go bars yet. This was really my trip to learn about it.
Yeah.
We went in there into this bar and sat down and started having a few drinks and started chatting up a few of the girls. And one of the guys there, he's standing at the bar and the girl's talking to him. And I can't believe it happened.
She dropped to her knees?
Yes, and his pants went down and...
Right there for everyone to see.
Right for everyone, yeah. And I'm just looking, I'm going... I haven't seen that, and the poor bloke's going, people don't look at me, And I'm sitting there going, no, I don't need to look at you. I don't care to look at you. And it was a weird moment. But anyway,
our friend turned up then, Felicio.
Yes,
Phil. Felicio. Yeah, he was there.
He was there. So he was busy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, okay, cool. And so that happened a little bit, and so some of the other girls started taking their tops off and whatever, and a few things were happening, and then I guess we were having a few drinks by that stage, and we were having a bit of a laugh and carrying on, and the girls were mucking around. And one of the girls decided that she's going to put on a bit of a show. And I can't remember if she actually grabbed the little rubber toy.
No. Before that, she rubbed her herself on his knee
That's right.
and
yes.
was
Yes.
faking an orgasm.
Yeah, that's right. And then
So we thought.
yes, but then she wasn't. That's right. She wasn't.
She wasn't.
No.
Because as she moved away,
Yeah.
his knee was
Wet.
like not just wet,
Soaked.
like
soaked.
it was.
Like a super soaker gun. It was
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
just soaked you, right?
So
It was Songkran all over again.
yes,
And
Yeah.
so then anyway, and then she moved away and then sat on her own chair, and she said that she's a squirter. And we've gone, okay, cool. So she decided she's going to show us, and she did.
yeah,
And yeah, wow.
across the room.
I'd like her to be with me if there's ever fire in the house.
The highlight for me was like she's literally squirted across the room, and then little old ladies come out with a bucket and
And
mop.
she's mopped up.
She's mopping up.
And we're like, she's done this before.
It's all down that bloke's leg, all down the side of his leg, and it's just everywhere. And we're like, I'm just like my 14th trip there, I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it's
I was gobsmacked.
Unbelievable.
It was,
So that's
quite a sight.
so that happened, and yeah.
But then things turned sour.
Yeah, so what happened was one of the guys had been, buying drinks and, let's say, spending money on a girl
Yep.
because he thought, she was a nice girl and whatever. And this Asian bloke walked in and sat down. He was on the other side of the bar, on the other side of the room, actually. Sat down in one of the tables and chairs. And the moment she saw him walk in, she's just up and walked away and gone straight to the other bloke. And the guy we were with just like, well, where's she going? And she's gone to entertain this Asian bloke.
Yeah.
And he's gone, hang on a second, I've just bought you all these drinks to spend time with me.
Yeah.
And he wasn't happy about that. And he said to us, well, I don't want to hang around here anymore. I want to go. I'm not happy about this.
We
all just
had
thought-
our full support.
We all like, you know
don't-
what? That's fair enough. You spend a bit of money. You're entertaining her, and
Yep.
the whole point is that they're meant to. So we said, okay. Everyone checked binned, and we walked out.
Yeah.
So
They lost a lot of. They would not have made that money.
no,
From that one Asian guy that turned up.
Not a
That
chance.
kind of behaviour. And that's what I've always said. Like, you never start trouble. You never make trouble. You never get angry, fight. But in saying that, you don't let them take the piss either. He wasn't happy. He didn't make a fuss. We just had a discussion between ourselves. Like, that's fucked. This is bullshit. You want to go? Yep, fuck it. Let's go. And we checked bin and left.
Yep.
And I think one of the guys might have made a comment on the way out.
He did,
But that
I
was
think.
it. We just left it at that. We didn't make too much trouble, but we let him know.
That's it.
You didn't get to take advantage of us.
No, that's right.
So yeah. So yeah. So just don't let them take advantage of you.
No.
Because that's one of my pet hates when you're in a bar, because it happens. It's happened to me a few times. I think I've mentioned it before. And that's the one time you I think you're well within your rights to fire up, because you're a customer, And
Yeah.
if you're not being treated like one, then they need to know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then so we got up and we left.
Yep.
And went to the next bar called Malibu. This one I remember the name of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we went to Malibu and walked in, and again, it doesn't look too much different to the bar we'd just been from. And they were only about 5 doors from each other, if I remember correctly.
I think.
Was it less?
Geez, they may have even been next door. Might have been one shop in between.
It wasn't a far to what was only a few steps to walk
Yep.
to the next place. So anyway, went to Malibu, went in, and again, same looking kind of bar, everything, and we all sat down, and they had, mind you, you know what I noticed, that the seats and the seats with the little what do you call it, table was like the ones in the go-go bars. It was all like in a big long row. Like
Yeah. Yep.
it was in a big long row, like in the
yeah,
go-go
that's
bars.
right. Yep.
That's I noticed about that, and I thought,
Yep.
it's a bit weird. It looks like a go-go bar, but it's not.
Yep.
Anyway, we all sat down, had our own little chair with our own little stool table thing, and
Sorry, I was going to interrupt you. Yeah. So Babylon, there is literally one shop between
one shop,
Malibu and
I
Babylon.
knew it wasn't far.
Yeah.
So, so the girls, all of a sudden, the girls are coming around saying hello to all of us. We're just there's only a few of us there, and we say hello. And each girl took one bloke just to say good day to and talk to him and whatever. And the moment they come up, you go, yeah, no worries, you want a drink? Yeah, no worries, you have a drink and whatever. Order your own drink as well at the same time. And we're all sitting there, and we're talking away and whatever, and getting to know her. What's her background? What's she doing? Blah blah blah. Does she work anywhere else? And just a general chit chat questions, and that's it. And then she pointed up to the wall. Excuse me. pointed up onto the wall at a sign, and it said that if you buy 5 drinks, they will strip down naked for you.
No, it was 2 shots. 2 shots, they would take the top off. 4 shots, they were naked.
Not 5.
No, 4. I think 4, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So whatever it was, I'm just sitting there going, yeah, I think that's a good deal. And I said, I'll take the 4 shots. And actually, someone else said it before me, and they got 4 shots. And I've just gone, it's a great idea. I said to her, you want 4 shots? She's gone, yeah, no worries. Okay. So, and then it was a domino effect, just all in a row, the 4 of us, bada boom. Yeah, we'll all get one.
Yeah.
So we'll get 4 drinks each.
5 of us. There was 5 of us.
5 of us. Okay. And that was it. All the girls were all their clothes off, and everyone was. It was funny. It was very, very funny. And even the girls actually thought it was funny. They were getting into it.
Yeah.
And a couple of them were getting funny. They were like if you looked over to them, they'd cover up like, no, you didn't pay to see. No, they were doing funny things like that. So that was a bit funny.
Yeah.
And so then one of the guys decided that he was going to join in, and he stripped down and ran up and down. Remember?
What's the Arca?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. Yeah, I don't remember his name. He was he was he's like 70 years old or something.
I know. And he got up and he just ran up and down, completely starkers. And I've just gone, well, there you go. This is going to turn out to be a good night.
We had a really good time in there. Yeah. That was good. That was good. So, what happened in the previous bar was a blessing in disguise, because it got us to.
It got us to that place.
We're probably going to end up there anyway. But
it was more fun, I think.
Yeah.
And they had a private room too, and I was sitting there going, we should go in the private room, but there was some people in there. We couldn't go into that room.
I thought the private rooms, like you had to pay to go in there with the girl, and then you could.
Well, I said, can we go in there? And she goes, there's already someone in there.
Okay.
I said, okay, right.
Yeah, right.
So then the girl decided that she was going to see what religion I was. And
yeah, that's it. That's right.
And she did. She found out. So the funniest thing was that she got her wet ones and just cleaned it up a bit before.
Yeah, get rid of the germs. Yeah.
Did
she wipe her mouth first?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think she had some spirits in her mouth. So she had a bit of disinfectant in there already. And started to do that. And I'm just sitting there going, lo and behold.
Yeah.
I'm going, wow, okay.
Yeah, I remember years and years ago, I was over there and a mate of mine was over there. I think I've mentioned him before. He's got a Thai wife and he's got a condo. He's bought a condo out there, so they holiday there all the time. Anyway, we happened to be there at the same time. And he's picked me up one day and we went to a few bars. But he's the one that introduced me to gentlemen's clubs. Like, I'd never heard of them before. And the first one he took me to was Kinneree. Anyway, we went to a few gentlemen's clubs and then we popped into one of these places. And because he drove through this area, because apparently this area is well known for that kind of activity. There's quite a few bars in that area that are well known for that activity. Phil. Mm-hmm. And he was telling me about it. Anyway, we went to a few gentlemen's clubs and we popped into a couple of these places on the way back. But we never had that kind of interaction. It was that's something different. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was so it was good fun. It was great.
So there was so nothing more happened than that really. That was pretty much it. But it was just that happened was just funny. I was like, and I'm kind of like turning to my right a bit to make sure no one else was looking because I just felt weird. It was just a weird.
It's
weird
very
experience.
strange. Isn't it?
Very strange. And,
yeah.
But yeah, and that was it. That was it. I just then we finished up and we had a few more drinks. We did hang around a little bit longer. I think we spent a bit of money there that night.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, I think so.
They made some good coin out of us.
Yeah, but we had a good time, and that's what I've always said.
Great
I've always
time.
said,
Yep.
like, you spend the money as long as you have a good time. If you're willing to buy drinks and share everyone, and you're having fun, you're on fucking holidays. Who cares?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So no, it was a bit of fun, and we check binned and everything, and the girls were still all naked. No one had got dressed.
Yeah,
Check binned, and we're like, see you later.
Yeah.
And she let me like touch, and there was
it's full on. Yeah.
She did ask me at one stage if I wanted to go out the back, and I said no, Mum.
Yeah.
But the checking of the religion was all a part of the thing. I didn't have to pay any extra.
Yeah, that's
just part of having the fun and getting naked and doing what they do. So we left there, and I remember walking out and just going, "Wow, that was okay."
Because even the guys that live there, they're living there on a pension, and so we noticed drinking in bars and that, and they'd always be counting, they'd buy the cheapest beer because it was 10 baht cheaper.
Well, then they wanted to conserve their cash flow.
And I guess at the end of the day, 10 baht is nothing when you're on a 2-week holiday, but when you're there and you're retiree living on a pension and you're counting your pennies, I guess 10 baht, if you're drinking...
Is 10 baht.
You're drinking 1,000 beers in a month.
Yeah.
That's 10,000 baht. That's a lot of money you're saving, So,
that's right.
But I remember being in this place and one of them was like, so how much is 4 shots? And he's counting, he's budgeting. Is 4 shots going to be worth it? And he's just going, fuck it. Yeah, let's do it.
But that was good.
And then he walked out and he goes, fuck, I spent more money than I wanted to, but fuck, I had a good time.
That's all he wanted to do is have a good time.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah,
so we enjoyed that.
Yeah. No, that was
and
good, mate.
and then I think you got a bolt.
I
think you called up a bolt and we got a bolt.
Yes, we got a bolt from there. Yeah, that's right.
And we went.
Yeah, we did, and it came quick. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that one worked out well.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what we did that night.
I think that night we might have just been in Billabong, had a few quiet beers at Billabong.
Okay.
Yeah,
was that the night that I started feeling? Like after that, I started
feeling sick. Because remember, that's right. We got there. We actually went to Billabong, and they were just finishing up Killer Pool because they have Killer Pool on a Wednesday night.
Okay. Because we was it the night after that we took out Cheesy?
Yes, it was. It was a Thursday.
So it wasn't that night. It was the next night.
It was a Thursday night. Yeah.
Right. So that's right. So we finished up. Yeah, we must have gone to Billabong and ordered some food, and I think that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Try and remember that night.
No, I think that was it. It was a quiet night.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Must have. Did we go back and have a swim?
When?
No, it didn't. It was too dark, wasn't it?
Yeah. No.
Would have been closed by then.
It was getting on dark.
I'm just trying to remember.
I know, mate.
I'm just trying to remember
I've got all these memories in my head.
But you don't know where they belong.
Like it would just be easier for us to just tell stories and try not to
pretend that we know where it belongs in the
try
story.
Not to chronologically tell the stories because
we've tried to timeline it, but
look, to be fair, I reckon we might have got a couple of days mixed up here and there.
We may have. We're trying though. We are trying.
Yeah,
very trying. Yeah. So that was So that was that day. That was that day. That was that night. That was it. I'm trying to remember now what we did after that.
I think that's when you got crook because I think the next night I went out and I met up with our mate and I went out with him.
Yes. So that night I said, that's right, I think I said to you when I was getting back and I said, I was in the lift and I was saying to you, I said, my nose, my back of my throat's starting to feel gummy.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel something.
Yeah.
And that's when you said, you probably got what I've got.
Yeah.
And so the next morning I did come out to breakfast and I said...
it wasn't Cheap Charlie's.
I don't know. I'm not even going to...
I'm not even... It wasn't. We're getting there.
I'm not even going to ask.
Charlie's.
I'm not even going to ask. But I think we went to breakfast somewhere. Well, when did we go to Witherspoon?
I think that was... We went to Witherspoons. I think one of the mornings I was crook.
Okay. So
I wasn't well that morning and we'd been to Witherspoons. Witherspoons. I was... one of the mornings I was crook because I remember sitting there feeling like shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, we must have gone to breakfast somewhere and...
I think the next morning we went to see Ploy.
I can probably tell you if that's the case.
Yeah.
Because I've been kind of trying to keep an eye on things. But I can't. No. Again, I think we've seen Ploy. We saw Ploy on the morning... must have been...
Is it a Thursday?
Well, because that's the third...
What day is it?
That's the 3rd of May.
Oh, the same morning.
Same morning.
Oh, so the morning... I knew it was around the middle of the week. Yeah.
So same morning we went to...
Yeah.
I think we already mentioned this before, didn't we?
No, I don't think we have. We haven't mentioned it. No,
we haven't mentioned the...
No.
Oh, okay, so we maybe... Oh, well, do you want to leave it to the next episode then?
Oh, we can just... It's only quick.
Well, we people who follow and listen, we've got a friend who passed away from HIV, and we wanted to pay our respects, so we did. We'll just say that we went this morning because I don't.
Yeah, it was that morning.
So we went that morning to to see our friend Ploy, and it was a temple.
Yeah.
And around the back of the temple is where they've got all the little
Urns.
little urns, but they're but hers was looked like a lantern, if I remember.
Yeah, they have
like a golden lantern thing.
Yeah, and it's like a little house thing. And,
Yeah,
and yeah,
it was on like a stool.
Yeah.
To keep it off the ground or something.
Yeah.
Some of the people already left some flowers there and a few other things that
Yeah.
I don't know that you give to pay respects. And it was a bit emotional thing because
I caught myself off guard there. I didn't realise. I didn't think I would be affected by it, but I was pretty.
Well, it's because it was
upset.
because it sort of grounded you a bit to realise that you're not going to see Ploy again.
Yeah,
and Ploy was a really good friend, and she would always have our back. And so if we ever got into any trouble and we told her, she would be happy to get involved and try and help us out in any way she could.
Not that we got into a lot of trouble.
Well,
we just knew that she could.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So that was our.
Yeah.
I think that was our last time of seeing her.
I
guess you're going to put it that way.
Yeah, and the I think it was a bit like I was also taken aback a bit. They have a little shrine there and they have her name there. I've known her as a lady boy, but to look at her, she's a lady, right? She's a girl. We know
that's how she presents herself.
Yeah, that's how she presents herself without going into all politics about what's a female and what's a male. But she was what she was, and to see her name as Mister.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was a bit sad. I just thought I felt a bit sad by that because, I don't know, in death, couldn't we? I understand Thai law; they still recognise him as male, and I get it. I'm all for that, but I just think, in death, couldn't they just respect and honour her in that way? But anyway, that's that culture. That's how they do it. No complaints from me. Just
the way I look at it is they can put whatever they want on that.
Exactly. Yeah.
At the end of the day, she lived her life as she wanted.
Yeah.
And they couldn't change that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, so that was a bit of an emotional
it was
thing. It sort of not gonna say it soured anything, but it just made you gave a bit of a somber mood, and it is what it is.
Also, something I've never seen in Pattaya because I've never really looked for it, but and it was the one we went to was down near Witherspoons on that corner. A florist.
Oh yeah.
We bought flowers.
That's right
for her, and our friend took us to the florist, and we're like, I've never seen a florist in Pattaya.
Yeah,
there's probably 1,000 of them there, but I've never looked for one and never noticed them
because we don't look for them.
Yeah, and I thought, there's a florist in Pattaya, of course.
It's not often I buy flowers for a girl.
No, that's right. Exactly, yeah. So that was interesting.
I'll be happy just to give them flowers instead of paying what I normally pay them. So
yeah. So anyone who's looking at impressing the lady and they're looking for a florist down near that corner, that bend that Witherspoons is on, there's a florist down around there somewhere. Was it Witherspoons? Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, it was
I
down
think
around,
you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a florist, there's one for you.
It is there.
Yeah, impress the ladies.
There you go. So there you go.
I think we'll call it.
Yeah, we'll call that. That's another one done.
Another episode down.
Bit of information there, and hopefully you had a few laughs at my expense. It's look, we didn't do as much as we thought we would, but we did a couple of things that we just had a bit of fun. It's good. It wasn't a waste of a trip. It was still a good trip.
Yeah, we still got a couple of more days left there, and we'll cover that in the next episode.
Yeah.
Met a couple of guys who run a go-go bar. I think I've mentioned them before. We'll get to
that story. Time. Yeah.
And so
don't forget,
that's us for now for today.
And don't forget, Ada, love is only a bar stool away.
Exactly right, mate.
All right.
See you later, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.